Hello, and welcome back to the English Circle, the podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Alex. Today, we're talking about one of the most valuable professional skills you can develop, disagreeing without being disagreeable. You're in a meeting. Your boss or a colleague presents an idea. You think it's wrong or incomplete or risky, but how do you say that without sounding combative or disrespectful?
This is a challenge in any language, but especially in English, where direct disagreement can feel very harsh. The goal isn't to avoid disagreement. It's to express it in a way that keeps the conversation productive and relationships intact.
I've definitely made the mistake of saying, that won't work, in a meeting. The room went silent. People looked uncomfortable. I didn't mean to be rude. I just didn't know how to soften it.
Today, we're going to give you the exact phrases and frameworks to challenge ideas respectfully. You'll learn the famous yes and I see your point, however structures, plus other strategies to disagree like a diplomat.
Because the best teams aren't the ones who always agree. They're the ones who know how to disagree well. Let's learn to disagree with grace.
Alex, let's start with why disagreeing feels so risky. What goes through your mind?
Fear of looking stupid? Worry that they'll take it personally? Concern that I'll damage my reputation or relationship with my boss?
Exactly. But here's the truth. Healthy disagreement is essential for good decisions. Teams that never disagree often make terrible mistakes. The key is separating the idea from the person.
So I'm not attacking them, I'm challenging the idea.
Yes. And when you do it respectfully, people actually respect you more. To disagree professionally, use the D.I.A.L.O.G.U.E framework. It's a step-by-step approach to challenging ideas without burning bridges.
Dialogue, perfect for conversations.
D. Demonstrate you heard them. Start by acknowledging their point. I. Identify what you agree with. Find common ground first. A. Ask clarifying questions. Make sure you understand fully. L. Lead with I statements. Share your perspective, not accusations. O. Offer your alternative view. State your disagreement constructively. G. Give a reason. Explain why you see it differently. U. Use softening phrases. I see your point. However, E. End with openness. Invite further discussion.
This is like a recipe for respectful disagreement.
First, show that you were listening. This immediately reduces defensiveness.
What do I say?
So, what you're saying is, if I understand correctly, your proposal is to, I hear that you're concerned about the timeline. So, your main point is, why this works, it shows respect and ensures you're not disagreeing with something you misunderstood. Before you disagree, find something to agree with. This builds a bridge.
Even if I disagree with everything?
There's almost always something. The goal, the effort, the problem they're trying to solve. Examples? I agree that we need to improve customer response time. You're right that this project needs more resources. I share your concern about the budget.
Then the disagreement feels like we're on the same team, not opponents.
Before you disagree, ask questions. Maybe you misunderstood. Maybe there's information you don't have.
What kind of questions?
Could you tell me more about how you arrived at that number? What assumptions are we making here? Have we considered the impact on the marketing team? What would success look like in this approach? Why this works? Sometimes asking questions leads them to see the flaw themselves. No disagreement needed.
Questions are softer than statements.
When you express your disagreement, use I statements. This owns your perspective instead of attacking theirs.
What's the difference?
That idea won't work. Sounds like a fact. Feels like an attack. I'm concerned that approach might not work because your perspective. More examples. You're wrong about the timeline. I see the timeline differently. Here's why. That budget is unrealistic. I'm worried that budget might be too tight. Could we look at it again?
I'm concerned is so much softer than that's wrong.
After you've acknowledged their point and shared your concern, offer an alternative. Don't just criticize, contribute.
What do I say?
What if we tried? Another approach could be, I wonder if we might consider. Could we explore? Example, I see your point about moving quickly. However, I'm concerned about quality. What if we took an extra week for testing and launched with fewer features?
This turns me from a critic into a collaborator.
Always explain why you disagree. A reason makes your disagreement constructive, not just oppositional.
Examples?
I see it differently because of our past experience with similar projects. My concern is based on the data from last quarter. The reason I'm hesitant is that we don't have the bandwidth right now. I'm worried because the client has been very clear about their deadline.
A reason shows I've thought about it, not just reacted.
Throughout your disagreement, use softening phrases to keep the tone collaborative.
Like what?
I see your point, however, that's a good point. And I'd also add, I appreciate your perspective. At the same time, yes. And another factor to consider is, I hear you, and I wonder if we might also look at the classic pattern. Acknowledge, I see your point about. Add, however, I'm concerned about. Suggest, what if we... Yes, and is so much better than yes, but, because but erases everything before it. Finally, invite further discussion. This shows you're not trying to win, you're trying to find the best solution. What do I say? What do others think? I'd love to hear other perspectives on this. Am I missing something? Let's think about this together. Maybe I'm wrong. What am I not seeing? Maybe I'm wrong is so powerful. It shows humility and invites others to correct me.
Let's put it all together. Your colleague suggests launching a product without full testing to meet a deadline.
Okay.
Alex, I see your point about hitting the deadline. That's important, and I agree we need to move quickly. D plus I. Could you tell me more about how we'd handle any issues that come up after launch? Colleague, we'd fix them with updates. I appreciate that. I'm concerned that launching without full testing might hurt our reputation if there are major bugs. From past experience, customers remember broken launches. What if we launched with a smaller set of core features that are fully tested, then added the rest in a follow-up release? What does everyone else think?
Smooth. I disagreed, offered an alternative, and invited others in.
Now, the scarier scenario, disagreeing with your boss. Deep breath. Boss, we're going to cut the marketing budget by 30% and put that money into sales. Alex, thanks for sharing that direction. I understand we need to drive more revenue. D plus I. Alex, could you help me understand what's driving the shift to sales? Boss, we need to show results this quarter. Alex, I see your point about quick results. I'm concerned that cutting marketing might hurt our pipeline in the long term. Here's why. Our data shows marketing leads convert at a higher rate than cold sales outreach. Alex, what if we cut 15% instead and focus the remaining budget on our highest performing channels? Alex, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe I'm missing something.
That's brave, but so professional. You're not attacking, you're problem-solving together.
Let's look at phrases to avoid. Mistake 1, direct contradiction. You're wrong. I see it a bit differently. Mistake 2, personal attacks. That's a stupid idea. I have some concerns about that approach. Mistake 3, absolute language. This will never work. I'm worried this might not work because... Mistake 4, interrupting, cutting them off mid-sentence. Let them finish, then respond. Mistake 5, disagreeing without a reason. I don't agree. I don't agree because... A reason makes all the difference. Let's recap the dialogue framework. D, demonstrate you heard them. I, identify what you agree with. A, ask clarifying questions. L, lead with I statements. O, offer your alternative view. G, give a reason. U, use softening phrases. E, end with openness.
And your disagreement challenge is this. This week, practice disagreeing once using this framework. Choose a low-stakes situation first, a team discussion, not a critical moment. Notice how people respond. You might be surprised how well it works.
Alex, what's your favorite phrase from today?
I see your point. However, it acknowledges them before adding my view.
Perfect. Listeners, now it's your turn. In the comments, share a time you disagreed with someone at work and how you handled it. What would you do differently now? Let's learn from each other. If this episode helps you speak up with respect, share it with a colleague who could use it. Subscribe to the English Circle for more episodes that help you navigate professional conversations. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid disagreement. It's to disagree in a way that strengthens the team. Speak with respect, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.